Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Got some interesting topics here, some achievements coming from the Ukrainians, and they have some claims of destruction. They claim they made a Russian hub unoperational, so not operational anymore. In Sevastopol, with some drones, they destroyed some maintenance facilities of the Russian Black Sea fleet from Sevastopol. They say that was it's useless, the hub in the Black Sea. That's the first achievement that they claim. And the other one is the Trans Siberian Railroad was attacked and damaged, so North Korea cannot provide Russia with ammunition and weapons anymore, they claim. And that's been far from the front lines. And the next one is, who is the new Prime Minister of Great Britain, or the foreseeable Prime Minister of Great Britain? Well, I tell you in short, and then I will expand when we get to the article. He is the same piece of shit as the predecessors, the ones before him. I will show you why. Because he made some claims that he's gonna suck the same lollipop of the same people. And the last topic is the foreign minister, the new foreign minister of Great Britain. Who is that guy? And I will show you who is that guy by giving you a few pieces of information about the guy. And the guy was invited to visit the, how do you call that? The theme park in Kiev in order to melt his heart and put all his money in one basket. Your money, by the way. So, let's get going. First one. The Telegraph. Drone boat attacks have left Russia's Black Sea hub useless, says Ukrainian Navy chief. Well, good for you. Did NATO have success, has and had success in the Crimean Peninsula and in regards to the Russian Black Sea fleet? Yes, that's undoubtable. It is. The Russians moved their fleet from there to Novorossiysk and other areas in the Azov Sea. And this Novorossiysk is not in, it's in the northwest of Sochi. Now, Ukraine's maritime drone attacks have rendered Russia's Black Sea fleet base in Crimea useless. The head of its navy has said. Vice Admiral Oleksiy Naizapapa, the fuck name that is, said Ukrainian strikes had caused heavy damage to the Sevastopol base, a logistics hub for repairs, maintenance, training, and ammunition storage, among other important functions for Russia. And I'm quoting. They were established over many decades, possibly centuries, and clearly they are now losing this hub. End quote. Vice Admiral Naizapapa told Reuters in a rare interview in the port city of Odessa ahead of Ukraine's Navy Day on Sunday. More than 28 months since Russia's full invasion is not a full invasion. Full invasion, you will see about 30 million Russians with AK-47s and nuclear weapons above your head coming on Ukraine and Western Europe and maybe in Central America. That's a full, how do they call it? Full scale. That's how it's a full scale. But anyway, that's in my books. Maybe these guys consider it differently, but I don't care how they consider it. Okay, because I'm not a baboon. Sometimes I am, but nevertheless. Ukraine, which has no major warships at its disposal, has used uncrewed naval boats packed with explosive to target Russian vessels and pounded the fleet's facilities and other military targets on Crimea with Storm Shadow and Attack MS's missiles. British and Americans, and Scalp French, which is the same thing as Storm Shadows. They're done. They're gone. Okay, says this. Almost all the main combat-ready ships have been moved by the enemy, the Russians, from the main base of the Black Sea Fleet, and the ships are now kept in Novorossiysk, and some of them are kept in the Sea of Azov. End quote. He said, fact, fact. Next article. The Telegraph, busy bees, these guys in Telegraph. They tell you what you need to know, what they consider that you need to know. Ukrainian partisans blow up railway carrying North Korean weapons. Unproven as far as I remember, but nevertheless, if the Brits say that, must be true, like Saddam's story. Pro-Ukraine partisans claim they have blown up a railway line deep inside Russia that was being used to transport North Korean ammunition to the front line. And I'm quoting, Atesh agents managed to carry out a successful operation on the Trans Siberian Railway near Yekaterinburg. As a result, the railway track along which North Korean ammunition was being delivered was blown up, the group wrote on Telegram. All right, good for you. Next one. Insider, very interesting article. Not that the other ones were not. Insider, this is from July 5, 2024. A NATO hub hunter, so submarine, a NATO submarine hunter captured these shots of a Russian submarine in the waters nearly surrounded by the alliance. And that is obviously the Baltic Sea. Now this NATO submarine hunter is a Portuguese submarine hunter in the Baltic Sea. If you're not familiar with geography, which I think you are, you know exactly where the Baltic Sea is, and you know exactly where Portugal is. All right? Now, that's the one. And they call it the submarine, and nearly surrounded by the alliance. It's an alliance because NATO is an alliance. And that is the Baltic Sea, Mare Nostrum, as I said many times before. Mare Nostrum, our sea, our lake. Now they want the Black Sea to be Mare Nostrum, as the Romans called the Mediterranean Sea when they surrounded it with their empire. A NATO ally captured images of a Russian submarine in the Baltic Sea last week. The submarine was spotted by a Portuguese P-3 Orion maritime patrol aircraft. Russia conducted sub-drills, including a torpedo duel in the Baltic Sea recently. The Russians wanted you imbeciles to see it. They wanted you, like they wanted you to see the missiles in 1963, 62 missile crisis, Cuban Missile Crisis. 63 is when the guy Oswald, that's how the story goes for the baboons. Oh my God! So yeah, the Missile Crisis, 1962. The Russians put those tubes on top on their ships, covered with some tarps that were, you could see their shape, but hey, they were doing it secretly. My God, I think the same thing is here. Hey, we are here and you can suck our candy. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Ничего. Nothing. Next article. Ukrainska Pravda. This is from today, July 6, 2024. New UK Prime Minister, and this tells me who he is, assures Zelensky of unwavering support for Ukraine. So he tells this Zelensky Stein that he will support the Ukrainian people. So, same old same. So the same shit with a different face. So you had a revolution in Great Britain. You had the Labour, the communist winning, and they followed the same shit. Remember when Putin was interviewed by those guys from a French channel, and it was a long time ago, 7-8 years ago. I made a video on that one with the help of some of my friends. Well, I was crying that I can't find a video anymore, and they sent it to me. Thank you very much. Again, where Putin is asked about who he supports, Trump or Hillary Clinton then, and he said, it doesn't really matter because I've been in politics for some time, and I've seen that the United States of America doesn't really matter. That's what he said. Who is in charge or who gets elected and what promises those guys are doing during their election time. When they get in the office, you got the guys in black suits with glasses and with ties coming and tell them how the fuck thing is ran. And everybody does the same thing. Nothing changes. So the same thing is with the UK. The Labour, who's the opposition of the Conservative Party, they are following the same foreign policy because that's exactly what the Brits want. All right, my friends. These are the labor. These are the communists in my books. When I say labor, usually they are with the unions. When they're with the unions, done. Unions are necessary, but to a certain extent. So let's see what this guy is saying. And this is the new guy. Oh my God. Fucking weasel. That's the guy. Man, President Volodymyr Zelensky has had a phone conversation with the new UK Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, who assured the president of his unwavering support for Ukraine. How in the hell you think you got there, Mr. Starmer? Without, you're not gonna move left whatsoever. You're gonna follow the same rules, same orders everybody has received in your country. I'm pleased to speak with Mr. Keir Starmer. Okay, fuck off, move on. The new voice of Ukraine. Kuleba, this is the round-headed Ukrainian foreign minister of Ukraine with not much power. Mr. Yermak, the president's chief of staff, has much more power than this guy. Why? Well, I think because he belongs to a certain group. But hey, this picture is very revealing. Only now I noticed. And I want you to see if you notice the same thing. That's the guy, the foreign minister, and the other one is the defender of law and order. All right. I wonder if they start making some how do you call it, claims for some kind of reparations and something like that, and then wait, wait a second, I don't know now who the Minister of Defense will be, but I suspect it's still gonna be Mr. Shaps, or if not Shaps, maybe another Shapstein. We'll see. So that's the guy. So it says here, Kuleba invites incoming UK Foreign Secretary to Ukraine. Good for you. Go. And we have here, his name is David Lamey, or Lamey, Lammy, UK Foreign Minister. Very good, very good. He's going to be invited to Bucha, and to the theme park, and they're going to say, now you owe us money. And Lamey is going to come back home to you, my British friends, and he's going to get your money. Not ask for them, get them. Why? You vote his party in power, supposedly. So who's this David Lamey? And I went on easy Wikipedia. I mean, you don't have to go too deep. Why? Because these guys know they created a pussified society, lazy pussified society in general. They're not even lazy to take their eyes from the games or from the TikTok or whatever they are watching. Instead of saying, hey, who are these guys who use our money and our taxes increase and our children's futures are fucked? I don't care. Hey, I won the game, baby doll. Woo-hoo-hoo! Now suck it. All right. So David Lamey. I will mention a few things. So he is an English politician and lawyer. He's a lawyer, but he graduated from a college. That's very interesting. Who has served as foreign secretary since July 2024. Very good. A member of the Labour, the guys that work. Labour Party, because the CEOs, they don't work. They're not part of the Labour. Okay. He has seen member of the Parliament. Okay. Let's see. This is what he studied law at the School of, brace yourselves, of the School of Oriental and African Studies. So that's where he studied law. It's like I would study law in the School of European and Aryan Studies. Would you say, hold on? But it's okay. Why? But, all right, for me, that's just interesting. Let's put it this way. Next one. Maybe it's not for you. This is the most important thing on this little thing. There's two of them, but he was appointed Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Public Health in 2002 by then Prime Minister Sir Tony Blair. That guy. So he was born in what? I think in 72. So he was born in 72, right? 82, 92, 2002. So at a year when he was 30 years of age, this guy was appointed as the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Public Health. Man, he must be very, very good. And he is. Why? Because he's the first black British guy who graduated from Harvard University. Ivy League student, okay? Ivy League school. Usually certain kind of people graduate, they own the school. And who gives them the money? You remember those things with faculty with the pro-Palestine, and you show them coming and say, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that. So he did this, and we have here, right here, he studied for a Master's of Laws degree and graduated in 1997 in Harvard Law School. Very good for you. After Harvard, Lamey was employed as an attorney at Howard Rice in California. That's next to Manchester United, you know. No, the state of California. My bad. So in the United States of America. What was he doing over there? I don't know, taking care of opportunities. From 1997 to 1998, and with DJ Freeman, not Kosman, Freeman, from 1998 to 2000. He is visiting professor of practice at SOAS. Got it? Very good. So he was immediately appointed in 97-98, and in 2002 he was appointed by Tony Blair. So this is your foreign minister. This is what I hope for Mr. Lamey. To be smart, and I don't have any doubts that he's smart, but to work for Great Britain only. All right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you later, my friends.